Hi everyone. This video will cover how to create the wheel for our toy wheel or our toy vehicle project. Right, if we take a look at our multi-view, this starts with 4 circles. Okay, we technically have a 2 diameter outer circle, 1.5 inch inner, 3/4 inch smaller, and 1/2 inch even smaller than that. From the view that we're looking at this direction, we're going to start on our front face, and we're just going to get started. So if we start a sketch, you chose our sketch button, we choose our front. I'm going to choose the N key or click on my view cube to see the front, and we're just going to start making circles. We're going to use our circle tool, and we're going to start them all in the origin to make sure they have the same center. So I'm going to start with, we have a 2-inch circle, a 1.5 inch circle, a 0.75 inch circle. Whoops, apparently it did not take my point. We're going to edit that, 0.75. Here we go. And then our final circle of 0.5. Okay, I know those numbers are a little hard to read, so remember we can, if we choose the escape key to get rid of our tool, we can actually click and drag these to move them a little bit and be able to see. Alright, so we again, looking at our multi-view, we have 2-inch, 1.5, 0.75, 0.5. Oops, did I make sure I got that? Yeah, I did. Okay, cool. Alright, from here, we actually do have these little spoke cutouts, alright, within our shape. Alright, if we're looking at our view right here, we have 2 lines, 2 diagonals, 10 degrees from a center. So what we can start with is I would highly suggest using a center line with a construction line. So I'm going to choose my line tool, choose the construction option, and just make a line from somewhere above the center down to the center. We've got to make sure that that is vertical though, where it does the dotted line snapping to vertical. Alright, from here, I'm going to take our line tool, and I'm just going to make a line from the 0.75 circle to the 1.5 circle. I'm going to take my dimension tool and choose that diagonal line and our center line, bring my cursor up, and this is going to need to be a 10-degree angle. Okay. There are a couple ways to make sure that this does wind up lining up with our center. Okay, honestly, the way that I find to be the easiest is I just take a line tool, draw that into the center, and then I use my parallel tool. And in order to make these both parallel, it snaps them directly in line. Okay, I will choose that line and make it a construction line though. Alright, but if you saw our image, we do need this on both sides. So what we'll wind up doing is we're just going to use our mirror tool. It says to select a mirror line. We select our line, select the entities to be mirrored. That's our little line. That's it for the mirror tool. We can either deselect it or hit escape. And then we need more of these. Okay, we can't just have these 2 or this one hole here. We need a handful. So if we go take a look here, there are 6 of these same little slots. So we're going to use a circular pattern to be able to do that without having to make them 6 more times, 5 more times. So let's hit circle pattern. We're going to choose our 2 lines, both of them, and then we see this little 3x that pops up usually by default. If we double click on that, we need 6. We can hit enter, and if you notice your cursor has this little green check on it, we need to click somewhere out in the ether to accept. Okay, here is our wheel so far. Alright, you have a couple options depending on how you'd like to select things when you extrude this. If you really wanted to, you could trim the excess portions, but that's really truly up to you. In this case, I'm not going to worry about it. I'll just select the pieces that I need to select. Okay, so I'm going to accept that sketch. Right, I'm actually going to hit P to hide our planes to make things nice and pretty. Then we're going to extrude this. Okay, if you notice, you'll have to click on a couple things. That's why I was saying if you wanted to, you could trim it. If not, just make sure you click on all the pieces you need to click on. We're going to, again, choose symmetric. This is going to be 0.75 inches, as we see in our multi-view here for the depth, and we accept. Right, at this point we are almost done. We just need a fillet of a radius of 0.25 around either side. So we're going to use our fillet tool and choose the outer ring on both sides, and we're going to change our radius to 0.25 and accept. And that is our wheel. Done and done.